Hey there, and welcome to the Daily Manchester United News Show. Let's dive into today's top stories. Erik Tan Haag happy to have very important Casemiro back in his squad after injury break. Manchester United manager Erik Tan Haag has heaped praise on very important Casemiro. Ahead of the game, Tan Haag was asked plenty of questions by reporters, and one of those was focused on Casemiro and whether he is very important to the team after his injury break. In response, the Dutch tactician acknowledged that the Brazilian offers calmness and composure on the ball and also has the ability to provide progressive passes in the final third. He added that Casemiro is a very important player for the club and he is happy to have him alongside Kobby Mayu, who will learn a lot working with the ex-Real Madrid star. He told ManUnited.com the following: "Yeah, you can see it. He gives you calmness and composure on the ball, and he gives you options. He does see the vertical pass, so he is always a step ahead of his opponent and can break lines. And then we talked just about the offensive players and what they need, how they have to serve. But then Casemiro is a very important player for our game. So yeah, happy he is back, and yeah, for Kobby Mayu, he can learn a lot from it. That togetherness, that bond also. Kobby is very coachable, and Casemiro has so much experience, and Kobby will learn a lot from it. That can even accelerate his development. So yeah, happy to have him, and when they can play together, I think they can take benefit from each other. Casemiro has had a difficult second campaign with the Red Devils. He has been sidelined for several months due to injuries and only recently made his comeback from a hamstring issue. He was far from his best against Newport County last month and also struggled for control versus Wolverhampton Wanderers. However, he looked much better in the West Ham United and Aston Villa win. The midfielder is finding his stride after a 2-month injury layoff. United fans will be hoping that he can replicate last season's form as the club look to finish in the Champions League places. Erik Tan Haag gives Luke Shaw injury update after half-time sub. Manchester United won against Aston Villa to get right back into the Champions League race. Erik Tan Haag finally has momentum on his side, but the story away from the result is another potential injury. Luke Shaw came off at half-time for Victor Lindelof, and United fans started a nervous wait for an update on the left back. Tan Haag spoke to BBC after the game and thankfully said it was a precautionary measure. The manager said considering Shaw's injury history, they didn't want to take any risk with his condition, which is why he was subbed off at the first sign of complaint. He said that the medical team will now wait and see how the situation with him develops. Tan Hag stressed that everyone knows my philosophy, which is to have left-footed players on their left side. Therefore, Luke Shaw's presence is absolutely paramount to how United play. With their next game 7 days away at Luton Town, at least Tan Hag has the luxury to wait and see what diagnosis the medical team provides before taking a decision on him. United's elimination from every competition, barring the FA Cup, has cleared up their schedule, so Shaw's issue can be cleared up without missing many games, if any at all. Ultimately, it will be a huge relief to fans after Lisandro Martinez was faced with an injury in the last game. Effectively, Tan Hag would be reduced again to half of his first-choice defense, being absent just as the team gained momentum. With Tyrell Malacia also absent, the team now faces a nervous wait to get a clearer picture on his diagnosis, hoping he doesn't miss any games. Rasmus Hojlund becomes second youngest player to score in 5 consecutive Premier League games. Scott McTominay was the hero as Manchester United grabbed a crucial victory against Aston Villa on Sunday night. However, once again, United's informed striker Rasmus Hojlund found the back of the net to extend his scoring streak to 5 Premier League games. After failing to score in the league until Boxing Day, the young Dane hasn't stopped in 2024. In fact, the former Atalanta striker has the impressive statistic of 6 goals and 2 assists in his last 7 games for the Red Devils. Many young players might have buried their heads in the sand after such a testing start, but the youngster has stood up to be counted when his side needed him most. BBC's Match of the Day programme has stated that Holand is the second youngest player to score in 5 successive Premier League games, only behind Nicolas Anelka. Anelka was only 19 when he scored in 5 consecutive games for Arsenal in the late 90s. Many pundits were quick to write off the Dane, and he felt the wrath of pundit Roy Keane after his wasteful performance against Wigan in the Cup at the start of the year. However, the Dane has roared back and won over numerous pundits and players with his showings of late. Clearly, his teammates know his talent, as Luke Shaw has predicted he will become one of the best, and Casemiro believes he can define an era at Old Trafford. After his goal yesterday, the Sky Sports pundits were also complimentary of the Danes' progress, as Paul Merson claimed the player would have snatched at the chance at the start of the season, but finished it well this time around. Roy Keane also claimed that the youngster is on fire at the moment and must think he will score every time he steps onto the pitch. Holand will aim to continue his fine form and make it 6 in a row next weekend versus Luton next weekend. Kobby Mayu kept his head under pressure against Aston Villa. Manchester United displayed grit in abundance as they overcame Aston Villa 2-1 away at Villa Park on Sunday. This was Erik Tan Haag's first away win against a top 9 team since taking over. The visitors are only 5 points of Unai Emery's man and 6 of Tottenham Hotspur in fourth. The Red Devils started strongly and deservedly took the lead through Rasmus Hojlund, but as has been the case very often this season, ending up relinquishing control soon after. The game was rushed and it suited the home side as they threatened during every attack. Only Kobby Mayu showed tightness with the ball at his feet. He invariably found a way to calm things down and took the right decision more often than not and was often seen urging his teammates to remain calm. The academy graduate looks head and shoulders above certain teammates, and no wonder he has now started 10 games in a row in all competitions and is the first name on the team sheet. He had 52 touches of the ball and found a teammate 85% of the time, completing 34 out of 40 passes. 4 of those passes were key balls, and the 18-year-old certainly has enjoyed a new lease of life playing further ahead. He completed 3 out of his 5 long balls as well. It was in defense that the academy graduate shined, as his team looked to be under immense pressure. He made 3 tackles, intercepted 1 through ball, and won 4 ground duels. The youngster also won 1 foul for his team. With Gareth Southgate in attendance, Mayu showed what he is capable of against a strong Villa side and has made a strong case for his inclusion for the March international games. With the injury toll rising again, Tan Haag will be hoping his new midfield duo can keep this run up as the team looks to continue their winning run. Why Man United turned down Galatasaray's offer for Christian Erikson? Manchester United's January transfer business mainly involved the club trying to move players on, either on loan or permanently, in order to make room for incomings. The club successfully loaned out several young academy graduates as well as first-team stars, but a major permanent exit eluded them. Only Isaac Hansen departed, while a deal for Christian Eriksen failed to materialize, and Erik Tan Haag was left to fend for the rest of the season without a striker. Galatasaray were linked with a surprise swoop for the Dane, and the chase continued after the English window closed due to the Turkish window staying open for a few more days. However, in the end, nothing materialized. and the Denmark international has stayed put, with the Turkish giant said to be willing to come back in the summer. The United boss has not trusted Erikson as much as in the previous season, and he was last seen during the game against Tottenham Hotspur. It has been reported that the Red Devils were open to a January departure should they receive a decent offer for a player they signed for free. However, Photosport via Sport Witness have now revealed why the 20-time English League champions ultimately turned down Galatasaray's offer. It seems the Turks put in a really low bid, which was rejected immediately. How they thought such a deal would be entertained remains a mystery. Turkish journalist Ali Naji Kuchuk, as relayed by Yeni Chafak, revealed the bizarre truth. The report read, Galatasaray offered a 3.5-month rental offer for Erikson, who earned £3.5 million from Manchester United, and did not offer any rental fee for the player. It was reported that the transfer was not accepted by the British because Galatasaray wanted to cover only 20% of the money Erikson would receive until the end of the season. Considering the injury woes, United should be in no rush to discard players for such low fees. The Glazers have made a mockery of the club, and hence, any outfit thinks they can take advantage of the Red Devils. They have made plenty of mistakes in the past, and hopefully, Ineos will ensure such situations are not repeated in the future. Man United linked with exciting Premier League signing with 9 goal contributions this season. This summer's transfer window is massive for the future of Man United, as Sir Jim Ratcliffe sets about putting his plan in motion at Old Trafford. The Ineos CEO has taken over 25% of the Premier League giants and is controlling football operations at the Manchester club. United had a very quiet January transfer window, but this summer is when Ratcliffe will get the chance to show fans of the club what he is about. One name being linked to Man United already is Brighton's Mitoma, with Football Transfers reporting that the Seagulls are open to selling the winger during the summer following the arrival of Ibrahim Osman. In addition to Man United, Mitoma is on the transfer list of Barcelona, Manchester City and Chelsea. The 26-year-old would be a great addition to any of these clubs, but the Japan international would have a huge impact at Man United, as Erik Tan Haag will be looking to replace Jadon Sancho at the end of the season. Mitoma has played 25 matches for Brighton this season, providing Roberto De Zerbi's team with 3 goals and a further 6 assists. The winger is a very exciting talent, and where he ends up ahead of the 24-25 campaign remains to be seen. As we wrap up today's Manchester United news, remember to stay tuned for daily updates right here on the channel. Don't miss out on the latest updates, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and give us a like if you found this information valuable. Your support means the world to us. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.